How's it going, everybody? Today I'm playing the Midweek Magic event, where you are to play with a constructed deck, a sealed deck, an already pre-made deck, that is only utilizing cards from the newest Duskmourn set. So I threw together something quick here, just a little bit of an Orxhov Duskmourn deck, combining two archetypes a little bit. I've got a little bit of Reanimator with Live or Die, Overlord of the Baelmark, and Valvagoth, but the primary focus of this deck is enchantments, Orxhov enchantments. I'm not using every eerie trigger or anything like that, but enchantments especially are really good in this color combination because all of the overlords are enchantments as well. So we get triggers off of the Overlord of the Baelmark, we get it off of Overlord of the Mistmoors. We've got Dollmaker's Shop, which is, as I've said in my other videos, just my new favorite card since Duskmourn came out. I've made so many decks with this card, and it is just a devastating card to play. We've got Unholy Annex as a draw mechanic, which can be very necessary even in this deck. You do have things like Valvagoth as a demon in this, so it's not overly relevant before flipping the other side, the Ritual Chamber, for healing, but it still is very helpful because the Unholy Annex and Ritual Chamber also trigger the Optimistic Scavenger. Now, if we don't have an Optimistic Scavenger out, it's not the end of the world for all of these enchantments. I'm also running Unstoppable Slasher, which is just something people really want to kill, so if you have it out, it's going to be drawing aggro from basically everything else out on the field. I've already played my 3 games with this, and even though this was pretty haphazardly thrown together, it was very effective, and I got 3 wins straight. I'll be doing the same for this video, just getting 3 wins and uploading it to showcase, but hopefully you guys enjoy this, and I do have another deck for this event I'll be uploading as well. This isn't necessarily ideal. I think I'll start with the Scavenger and hope for a different land. If I don't get it, just go from there. Because I could go Terramorphic Expanse turn 1, but I'd really like to start getting going with the Dollmaker's Shop on turn 2. It's a little greedy. Yeah, it didn't happen. But it should be possible this turn now. Got another land. I think in this case, unfortunately, the best thing that we could do probably would be Sheltered by Ghost to get that out of the way. It's not entirely mana efficient, but I need to be able to attack through. Four one's pretty obnoxious. I think we go Trapped in the Screen here, again, just to get it out of the way primarily. Then I'll probably be going for a Swamp with this Terramorphic, but we'll wait until the end of the opponent's turn to decide. Or not a Swamp, a Plains, I should say. See, I have to discard. I'll get rid of the Slasher, actually. Because 2 Dollmaker Shops are going to be pretty effective on this turn. Let's go for a Plains. Now, we've got 2 Dollmaker Shops we can put in. Okay, now we're up to 33, have blockers, and he has to get rid of my big problem first off. Yeah. So he got his Leech back. Not totally worried there. It is what I'm going to be getting rid of, because I don't want him getting eerie triggers. attacking with the dolls would not produce more dolls, so... He's got another murder. He's having to pay 5 mana per murder, which is kind of silly. Got a land. Does enter untapped, but we really need another playable here. Of course, one more land will make it to where these dolls are a little bit bigger, at least. Honestly, I'm fine with blocking. Guess he was hoping I just wouldn't block so that he could use Kaito's ninjutsu.
Your secrets didn't stay hidden for long.
Okay, so we have enough to trigger the Dollmaker Shop's Porcelain Gallery side now, but it doesn't help anything since we don't have any creatures. So right now we're really just fishing for any creature. We've got a nice health buffer to give us time to look, but it is really unfortunate that he had all those murders. If he does something to the Dollmaker Shop, it also doesn't really matter. Okay, this is a fantastic option. I won't be blocking here, because I really have no reason to. I'm probably going to be killing him on this next turn, unless he heals. Now he's going to be milling me instead of dealing damage to me, which is silly. I don't know why he would intentionally do that. Tapping that down does suck.
I've got them picked. Press the attack.
This is a 60-card deck format, so it'll be that much harder to mill me. This should still be just enough to kill. Yeah, so easy win. Did get a little bit annoying there, where he managed to clear my end of the board, but these Dollmaker Shops are so oppressive. If you have any non-toy creature, they are fantastic. Fantastic. Not to mention, if he had managed to keep tying these down long enough, then eventually I would have gotten my Overlord. Had another Dollmaker Shop, so we could have started making even more toys if he had somehow survived the beatdown he received earlier. And like I said, I was up to over 30 life, so I had a buffer to find things. Very likely could have been one of my other Overlords or something that I could have played out. The Balemark Overlord, I could have played it for 5 without even having to impend it, and that would have given me something else from my graveyard, even potentially this Optimistic Scavenger, which is truly fantastic in this deck. You can see how oppressive it was immediately. Didn't get to use the Unstoppable Slasher, which would have been nice to have out as well because it's so resilient. It's perfect for maintaining triggers on your Dollmaker Shop, but yeah, just wasn't how it played out. But there's game 1. No white mana means mulligan. This is perfectly fine. I'm gonna go ahead and go black just to make sure we've got both colors. Looks like we're up against Boros. We'll go here. I don't need to play anything yet. Sporogenic Infection will be really nice if he starts playing multiple creatures, and even if not, either way, I mean, I can do the Mistmore's Overlord next and get triggers on both my dudes. Yeah. That's probably what I'll do, because he doesn't have 2 creatures. Didn't get our Dollmaker's Shop this time, which is a little sad. I do really love that Dollmaker's Shop, it's a lot of fun. Sheltered by Ghost is a really good draw for him. Surprised he would take the flyers, though. I guess it's just so that I can't block. Another Overlord's probably fine here. And again... yeah, I'll just go for another Overlord, go for the beatdown route. Now, even though that he has lifelink, he's going to have a really hard time coming back from this. I was considering using Sporogenic to enchant my own creature just to get rid of his, but it just really wasn't necessary when I can put this much pressure on the board. If he ever had finally played another creature, I just would have put it on the new creature and make him sacrifice the one that currently is enchanted. Sheltered by Ghost is fantastic. It's in this deck also, or in my deck also. The lifelink is great. The fact that you get to exile an opponent's permanent is fantastic. It's... only downside is that it's on a creature, because it's basically like a better ossification, except it can be removed much easier. But it also gives ward to the creature that it's on, which is pretty fantastic too. But as I said, there is ways around that with the new black cards. Looks like a very viable start, and we're going first, which is fantastic. We'll be able to go Scavenger straight into Dollmaker's Shop, which is very fun. Unless he removes it right away. Tap land is going to be too slow. We'll go Dollmakers. Now we've got Fear of Surveillance for next turn, and if we can get a Plains, then we've got a great setup for the Overlord of the Mistmoors. That's sad, but happens. We did get the Plains, which is really nice. Now we've got land for reanimating if it comes up as well. He could have a counterspell, I suppose, but I think the one that I'm thinking of is 3 mana. That will prevent me from getting going with any more dolls this turn, which is sad. But now he's got 2 flyers to remove to prevent me from getting more. And I'm 1 mana away from being able to open up the Porcelain Gallery. Looks like he's really playing removal, which is smart, but at the same time, most of his removal has been exile effects, which is not as smart. Not when you're trying to go with the Chainsaw. Chainsaw, I think, is really a Boros card to begin with. It's so fantastic. So fantastic to put into like an Arabella deck that's playing Dollmaker's Shop. You've got all these expendable 1/1s that you can put this thing on and just keep growing it. This thing's going to be very persistent now and make it a lot easier for me to trigger my dollhouse. Unless he can exile it. Which he did not. Now he's got to kill it again if he wants it gone. And as I said, 1 more land and we can get Dollhouse going, which will be a lot, or the Porcelain Gallery going. Did not get it. How do I want to go here? I think we're going to cut off land. Now I want to get his blocker, and I don't know what that could be. Okay, that was something probably viable to get rid of, to be totally honest. Overlord's almost ready. Got rid of my flyer. Sad, but obvious. Okay, so we've got a few options here. I have enough mana to get the demon, so I'm probably just going to go with that and pass. And we've got our Overlord ready now. So if we can get one land for the Porcelain Gallery, I think we just win here. I don't really want to lose my Overlord on the chance that I could get it back. So I think we'll block with the demon, to be totally honest. And I made that choice knowing that there was a chance that he could end up having another form of removal. Okay, so we didn't lose anything. We didn't get the land, which is very disappointing, but he scoops. So, 3 games, pretty easy. As you can see, I kind of just threw this deck together, but it really works out. You could prioritize Eerie triggers a little bit more and ditch the Valgavoth, Live or Die, and Bailmark. But I thought they were still just really fun and didn't want to get rid of them. The Unstoppable Slasher is a very persistent thing that people want to get rid of. It can drain half their life after a hit if they have any left, which can kill them if they're down to 1 or 2. Porcelain Gallery and Dollmaker's Shop. 1 land for the Porcelain Gallery, and this would have been over a long time ago, actually. The Overlord of the Mistmoor staying alive was a really great opportunity for me to be able to keep making more tokens along with the Dollmaker's Shop. So, like I said, if I had gotten 1 land here, opened the Porcelain Gallery, and attacked, it would have created an additional 3 creatures. So everything would have been 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 8s. Some of which with Death Touch and other abilities, some of which with flying, you know, and it would have been GG. But we still had Exercise as well, so I could get rid of his Chainsaw. That's pretty much all it would hit at the moment. And then Live or Die, if we had actually lost anything important. For example, if he had gotten rid of my Mistmoors, I would have still probably attacked with the Slasher, waiting on land. I would have attacked with the Slasher, held back everybody else, then used Live or Die on their attack step to bring back the Overlord, get 2 more tokens, and get it as a blocker, which would have probably still been more than they could handle. But yeah, very fun deck. I do have Orxhov as a standard deck. I've already uploaded 1 video on it. I plan on doing an updated video on it on the version that I've been playing with since then. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you guys check out this event. It's a lot of fun.